You are listening to the Winning Brand Podcast, a podcast that is dedicated to giving entrepreneurs and small business owners the right tools and resources to help them win in business. Now, here are your hosts, Chase Hunter and Branden Morris.
Hello, winners. Welcome back to another installment of the Winning Brand Podcast, the podcast that stays in these entrepreneurial streets to make sure that you have the best tools and resources for doing business unusual. I'm Chase Hunter.
I'm Branden Morris.
And we are your hosts. Branden!
What's going on?
What's up? What's happening? Talk to me.
It's a brand new year. It's a lot of great things happening. A great start to the year. A lot of business going on and, a lot of business that we're trying to be a part of.
So what you been up to personally? What's been going on? I know, is this business good?
Business is good. We basically have started a brand new session for Small Business University at the Houston Urban League Entrepreneurship Center.
Yeah.
Really great class. A lot of people who are ready to learn about entrepreneurship to help to get their business going and started and growing. So really excited about that.
For sure. And we got to see a lot of the little new anxious faces and everyone that's coming in and ready to get everything started. So it's always good to see how, take that journey. And we're taking that journey with this particular cohort this time. So I'm super excited about that as well.
Definitely.
All right. So let's dive into our first segment, current events. What you got? What's current? What's happening?
Well, so basically, I want to talk about the programs that are in all of these different cities around the country, and I would suspect around the world. Programs that are designed to help small business owners and entrepreneurs not only get started, but to help them grow. Give them resources of information, monetary resources, even in some cases, labor, to help you grow your business. Don't think that you have to take this entrepreneurial journey alone, okay? It's incumbent upon you to seek out those organizations, individuals, corporations, nonprofits that are set up in your cities, in your regions, in your counties, in your states, that provide services to help you, grow your business. So I definitely want to highlight that to all of our viewers and listeners. Be proactive. Mm-hmm. You do not have to do this alone. And guess what? There are strength in numbers. So when you're around other entrepreneurs, that just fuels a certain fire within you. It tends to hold you accountable. And just know that you're not alone. A lot of the issues that you may be encountering as an entrepreneur, as a startup, they're not going to be 100% unique, like we've never heard of them. There are going to be others that are around you that has had some experience with that, and they can help you out. They can give you some insight that can really kind of help to push you over the edge. So these are the type of resources that are available nationwide. Even with the Houston Urban League, the National Urban League has 13 entrepreneurship centers across the nation, from California to New York to Florida, Texas, Georgia, all over the place. Mm-hmm. So there are resources out there.
There are. You just have to take the time to go find them and ask questions. Always stay in the loop, and if you want to know, then ask someone who's been through that journey and who's a little bit ahead of you. I'm pretty sure they have some type of resources that they utilize to help you to get to where you want to be.
Yeah.
So mine is kind of near and dear to my heart. I was so super excited when I saw this. So Goldman Sachs has a new rule.
Okay.
It says at least one woman on the board or you cannot go public.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's major.
That is major. They are really big on diversity. They are really getting, women need to have equal rights. And really, I think women in the past couple of years have been setting the precedent of we are serious
Oh yeah.
about doing this, this business thing. And we're serious in numbers and we're showing up in numbers. So, I commend Goldman Sachs for doing that, because that's a pretty bold move to make sure that you are aware of women's rights and equality and making sure that women have a voice.
Yeah, just opening the door, allowing access. That's one thing that maybe a lot of people have been toned up to. A lot of people who are successful, they weren't successful just because they're just these geniuses that they were able to break the mold. They were successful because people allowed them access.
Right.
People allowed them into the club, allowed them behind the curtain, so to see and meet eyes. Yeah, no, this is fabulous with Goldman Sachs. I commend them as well.
I know, right? And it's kicking off July 1st in the U.S. and in Europe. And by 2021, the bank will look for 2 diverse board members. That's 2. So now so in just a year, they're going to up the ante. And I love that. I think that is phenomenal.
Nice, very nice.
For sure.
Good deal. Yeah, kudos to Goldman Sachs and everything that they're doing. I actually had a great experience with Goldman Sachs, working with their Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Business Program.
You went through that. Okay.
Actually, I taught a couple of cohorts through Houston Community College. And that was a great experience to connect with a lot of small business owners. Ironically, most of them were women. But the amount of resources that they provided to help these businesses kind of get to that next level was phenomenal. It was a very well constructed program. I had a fabulous time and I learned a lot myself.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So, moving into our main topic of the day. What's our main topic, Brandon?
So today we're going to talk about other people's money. Love talking about other people's money. I love talking about money. But the value of other people's money, I think a lot of people have their opinions there on, a couple of different sides of that coin. So, Chase, I'm really curious to know what side of the coin you're on,
Oh.
You like getting up in other people's pockets, or?
Brandon, when it comes to other people's money, I am not a fan.
Really?
I'm not.
So you just like to use your own money specifically all the time when it comes to expanding your business, investing in your business, it's just going to be all you, huh?
I think so. For the most part, yes. And I say that because, and I'm saying outside of, like pitch competitions, because I feel like you earn that, right? And, that's free money, of course. Right. But I just feel like there's so much attached, right, to other people's money. It's the pressure of that. It's just, and if you're new in business, you already have to deal with all the elements of business, right? And then just the added stress of, oh my God, someone has a piece of my company now, or I gotta repay this. I just think that stress level should not be added. If you can make it happen out the gate and really have a solid business plan and a marketing plan for each and every product and service that you have, I just feel because I've proved that you can't go wrong, right?
And I see that point. I see that side. Okay, so I think the interesting thing is there is no specific right or wrong answer. However, I think you're wrong. I'm going to tell you why.
Of course.
So I'll break it down from both sides. So from the investor side, yes, an investor will have a piece of your company. But typically, an investor has access to things that you may not have that could help you grow your company exponentially. Okay, so these investors are typically coming to the table not just with financial means, but people that they know, doors that they can open. Because if they're investing their money, they want a really good return on that investment. So they're going to go above and beyond in making sure that you have everything you need to be successful. I think that that's a great, I'm okay being held to that level of accountability. I mean, it's like we're both thinking the same thing. Yeah, you want to make money? I want to make money. You want to be successful? I want to be successful. Okay, we can share with our money together. You know what I'm saying? So I'm okay with that level of stress. And I mean, plus the access. I mean, look at all of the celebrities that are investors now. Jessica Alba, she has Headspace, which is a meditation app.
Right.
She has The Honest Company, which is a company selling products made from natural ingredients. You got Ashton Kutcher. You don't even see him in movies anymore. He doesn't have to act. This dude, he invested in SoundCloud, Spotify, Shazam, Airbnb, and Uber. Come on.
Okay, but see, look at the status of these people, right? Okay, what about your everyday, ordinary people, right? That are like, okay, wait a minute, I don't have access. The investor, okay, right? Yeah, they may have some, but I just feel like to even get to that point, why not get a coach? Why not get a consultant? Why not get someone that is, because even though the investor can connect you, and I understand what you're saying, that they can, but if you, just to really build that solid foundation, why not get the proper, because the investor, yeah, they can lead you there, but if you can get there on your own.
I understand what you're saying. I think that solid foundation that you're referring to, the way I interpret that is just to be very knowledgeable about every aspect of your business.
Yeah, and a lot of people are not.
And a lot of people are not. A lot of people, they want to turn over too many aspects of their business to other people without them having first-hand knowledge. Like, I understand if you're, you hate balancing your checkbook, or you hate doing, posting on Instagram or whatever, right? And yeah, if you were at a certain stage in your business that where you can always hire people to do that, and that's fine. But you should at least have some intricate knowledge about it. Not to say that you have to do it all the time, at least have some knowledge about it. So that's the way I look at investors and using other people's money. Be knowledgeable about the circumstances around investment and everything like that. But the benefit, if you have a business idea, or a business that has been in business for a while, that's doing well and is ready for that next level, well, if you can't really take your business there with your own profits, with your own revenues, but I have Daddy Warbucks over here, or Demi Moore, or Ashton Kutcher, or LeBron James, Magic Johnson, whoever. There's a lot of non-celebrities out there that are investing the same way. And they're willing to give me that bump to take me to that next level so that we can all win. Then that's a win for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Be knowledgeable about what that looks like. Just because you give up a portion of your company doesn't mean that you lose all your rights. And I'm going to tell you like this. Which would you rather have for our young entrepreneurs out there, for those who are kind of just starting,
budding entrepreneurs.
The budding entrepreneurs. Which would you rather have? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50% of something, or 100% of nothing? You know what I'm saying? I mean, you have to take it in perspective. And if you're an entrepreneur, who's to say that this one company that you're starting is the one you're going to live and die with, right? Typically, entrepreneurs are creatives, and we start a company, we run it, and we're doing what we love to do. And then at some point in our lives, because we're human, we transition. It's like a comedian or an actor in their craft. Eddie Murphy came out in the 80s, one of the most edgy, foul-mouthed, funniest cats in the industry. Then he had a bunch of kids, so he wanted to do a bunch of kid movies in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Like Eddie, he's going through a different arc. Now he's coming out in 2020 now with this new Netflix special. We change as people, we evolve.
Very true.
So I think that it's important for us not to get locked into one thought or one mindset when we're thinking about our company. And having additional investors gives us additional perspective, which is really healthy, in my opinion. Other people's money.
And it can go both ways. I think at the end of the day, people, what you should know is whatever is beneficial to your company. Now, what I can say is if you are in the tech realm, you definitely probably want to consider other people's money, because the testing phase, the beta phases, like that becomes costly, where $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, $25,000 is nothing once you start paying for developers and things like that. So unless you have a very hefty 401k or a very rich, grandmother or something like that, then chill out. Right?
That's very important. And you're right, that's interesting. And the way I look at that as well, when you are able to get investors, especially in the tech world, or when you have an idea that you haven't developed out too much yet, if you're able to get somebody to give you money to further development of your idea, that's a really strong level of validation, especially based on the person giving you that money. Because no one just likes to give money away. They want something in return, typically. So if you're able to convince, and we haven't even talked about the lending aspect, because the lending aspect, if you can convince a bank or a financial institution to loan you money to move your business to the next level, then that's a small bit of validation that you might have something solid, to go forward. Plus, I come from the banking world, the benefits of getting a business loan, you build your business credit, you get to understand the lending environment. You don't have to wait, again, for expansion in your business. If, say, for instance, you've been selling, notebooks and stationery online, and your online business is really good, and it's solid, you see profits, you don't have enough profits to, make a massive investment into a physical location yet, but your profits are solid, they're steady, you're building your name, everything is going up pretty much month over month. A business loan can help you make that necessary next move into that physical location if that's where your business is pointing. Now, instead of missing out on profits you can be getting from that physical location later. And it does not tie up your cash flow.
Right.
Because entrepreneurs, let me tell you, it's all about cash flow. You need cash on hand. So your profits, your revenues, you need to be able to have money on hand, reinvest into more of the daily running of your business with that. But those business loans and lines of credit, you have to expand your business.
For sure.
And then when you want to take it to the next level, years down the line, you have that relationship with that lender. The business credit looks good. You can get something even bigger. Other people's money. That's what I'm all about. You know what I'm saying?
I suppose. So, what's the moral of the story, Branden?
The moral of the story is you have to know your business and know yourself. Know your options. Do your homework. Basically, if you go into the entrepreneurial world and you're going into the lending world, or you're going into the money aspect of your business with one assumption, be willing to challenge that assumption with other credited opinions and look at both sides of it. Look at all sides of it, because you never know. You could be missing out on a better business alternative that can help your business even more for staying kind of stuck in what you may the way you were raised. I was raised never take out a loan or never get a credit card or pay everything cash. Well, that was a great lesson at the time, because we're not mature when we're 15, 16, 17 years old to probably pay back a loan. We're probably not even holding down a job that's paying anything,
Sure.
So yeah, at the time that lesson is valid. You're adults now, okay? You're supposed to have more self-control now, and you're supposed to understand that you're not getting a credit card or a business loan to go buy that new, purse or new whatever, depreciating asset. You're using this money to invest in yourself and invest in your business, and that's a completely different conversation.
All right, well, everyone, there you have it. Other people's money, when and when not to use other people's money.
Definitely.
So until next time, we want you guys to have a very winning week. I'm Chase Hunter.
I'm Branden Morris.
All right, we're wrapping up.
Thank you for listening to the Winning Brand Podcast. please take a moment to comment, rate, and subscribe on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Google Podcasts. And to view the podcast, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Until next time, have a winning week.